Now, moving on swiftly in a seamless segue, it's time to do the mailbag. There goes the bell. Time to do the mailbag, boys. We asked a simple question, and obviously this is our pilot, so we've not had a chance to really engage yet with the listeners. But we did ask the question, what got you into baseball? Guess what was the number one response?
I know it. Can I say it, or do we not want to?
Of course you can. Say it.
Insomnia.
Insomnia. And do you know what? Dr. Linz, that's all he wrote. Insomnia. I love that. We had Glenn mentioning it, Tony mentioning it. I know it was very much what was mentioned in our Channel 5 research, which you will remember we did, Erik. Apparently it was night workers, night shift workers. It was students, obviously.
Coming back from the pub.
That's right. And breastfeeding mothers, which was my third favorite one. There you go. Those are our main watchers, and I assume they may even be our main.
And those kids being breastfed are over 20 years old now. That makes me feel really old.
Hopefully not being breastfed anymore.
Yeah. This is a family show. Come on.
Absolutely. Now, the other reasons that were given, I'm going to mention a few. Andrew Jowett, that's at Who Joe. I think you showed a replay of a team coming back from 14-2 down. I know this was a game that you've always referred as one of your all-time favourites, Erik, with 3 innings to go in 2001 when he was at uni. Randomly caught it with a mate, just fell in love, watched every show after, loved you guys in the gaps as much as the sport. Andrew, you know what to say to get on this podcast. Daniel Allard, love this. This is all he wrote, guys. Your show, Daniel. You legend. We got Trisk Iedica, Armed Forces Radio in the 80s. Remember we talked about that on the show, which was a mainstay of many baseball fans pre-Channel 5 on MW. Oh, and then CBS broadcasted games on cable TV. Channel 4 then, of course, did the American sports with the American football, and then over to Channel 5 with Todd Macklin, and you'll love this. And the one that left the building quicker than Elvis, which of course is a reference to Tommy Boyd, the original presenter. Liz Britton. I know we know Liz.
An old fan.
Yes.
And Liz is at LizB3, saw a few regular season games on Channel 5 in 97, was in Florida visiting family when the Marlins made the playoffs. Just amazing to come home and be able to watch every World Series game in the UK. The excitement of that series and the vibe of the show got me hooked. You will, of course, remember the Marlins. They went and won it in 97. That was the big story, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yes, it was indeed.
Thank you for that input. That was...
Not the best color man in the game for nothing.
Okay, we got Woz at Heronman68, part-time job as a night manager. We referenced that was one of our major viewers, was anybody doing a night shift of a probation hospital. Good for you, Woz. That's a great job. By 1 a.m., everyone was in bed and I needed to be entertained. Channel 5, had baseball. Started watching it, loved it, chose the D-backs as they were an expansion team, and I think the year I started watching, never looked back. Brilliant. Jordan North watching the guys, started during my college university years, started following the Giants then. Do you realise, JC, we ruined more educations than any other single factor out there?
Goldie, it was because your education was so lacking that you wanted to bring everyone down with you. I know.
Excuse me. Epsom College, now considered one of the very best schools, secondary schools in the country.
Sportsman's 2-2, Goldie.
That was university.
Well, by the way, another shout out to all the other fans who, from the old show when we were on Channel 5, they're all appearing on Facebook, they're all appearing on Twitter. Keep on messaging us, please. Like we got old favorites like Jan Wallace. We had Liz Britton, as you mentioned, the Clitheroe brothers. They've all been emailing and twittering us and retweeting.
And please
bring
Mike
in
Dowling. I can name them all.
And there are many.
And we need to say, please bring in new fans. Bring in your kids.
Yes.
Bring in your cousins.
Yeah.
Make kids.
That is a sad request for more love.
Guys, we did ask for some questions. Obviously, it's early days, but we have got a few, and I'd love to get them on as well. We got Roger at Fodsox. If you could move one team to another city, which would it be and why? Erika, I'm assuming it's the Nationals back to Montreal.
Yeah, I guess. What makes me angry is that they kept all the records when they moved from Montreal to Washington, but they erased all the retired numbers like Gary Carter's and Rusty Staub's and so basically there are people wearing Andre Dawson's number on the Nationals. But hey, bring the Nationals back to Montreal, even though they won the World Series last year.
JC, do you want a team to move?
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather see more expansion. I know Nashville is a city that's looking at expansion. More than anything, I want teams to move out of bad stadiums. So I'm not a fan of the Trop. Tropicana. So Tampa Bay, if you want to stay in Tampa Bay, fine, just get yourself a new stadium. But if not, go to another city.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, moving on.
We've got a couple of more questions, which I've got to get in because they've made the effort to get in touch.
Speed round.
Glenn 3025, which club is best set up to thrive in the shortened season? Any thoughts very quickly?
Yeah, I would say even though David Price is one of the players who've opted out, I'll go with the Dodgers. I feel like their bench is so deep and they do have enough pitching that they were gonna be a good team to begin with, and they'll do just as fine in the 60-game schedule.
Erik?
Yeah, I'm going Dodgers, and Twins is a sleeper, even though they are pretty. It shouldn't be a sleeper, but sleeper.
They're wide awake.
All right, fine. I don't know, I mean, no one's really picking them.
Go with someone like the Padres.
They've got the third best hitting lineup, projected lineup in the whole of.
And Max Kepler from the European Game Development Program, might I add.
Absolutely, they're pitching supposedly the 9th best, and they've got one of the easiest schedules. So the Twins have to be certainly to make the playoffs. There's no way they're not making the playoffs.
Sleeping giant, and of course, Clive Russell wants us to say this, former Major League Baseball international guru.
Absolutely.
All right, moving on. Next round. Or next question.
No. Ollie Champions would like to ask very quickly, favorite ballpark snacks. There you go. Very, very quickly, and that's for you, Erik.
Okay, that the Chicago Cubs foot-long hot dog was pretty special.
Hey, you're going to love that, Erik. JC, as a Dodgers fan?
Yeah, the Dodger dog actually is one of my favorites.
Overrated.
It brings back memories of childhood. That and a little side of nachos.
And I'm sure Erik will know where I'm going. I'm going to Camden Yards. I'm going to Baltimore.
Oh, the pit beef by Boog Powell. That's not even ballpark food. That's like haute cuisine.
You were salivating. You put your arms around a man that was a lot larger than you. You looked him in the eyes. You'd only just met him, and you declared your love for him. That was how good that food was.
Boog Powell pit beef and sandwich at Camden Yards. Oh my goodness.
Okay, well, that's the mailbag, guys. Keep them coming in. Instagram and Twitter at Jonny and Josh. Facebook, search Jonny and Josh Show. Subscribe, get involved. We want to hear from you. We'll do a level best to come back to each and every one of you. Now, moving on. Erik, what have you got for us?
It's up to me now. So now we're taking a trip down memory lane. For those who don't remember, don't even know us or weren't even born when we were doing our Channel 5 baseball show from 1997 to 2008, I've got 5 questions regarding Channel 5 for the boys here, Josh and Jonny, or Jonny and Josh, as the logo says. I will now pick your brains and see how good your memory is. Of course, or check out Johnny's memory bank. See what I did there? Yes, tenuous link to one of his game shows he used to host. I will now ask you 5 questions. Let's see if you remember things from our Channel 5 broadcasting baseball days. Ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Number 1. Our first big road trip that we did together, ensemble together, was in 2006, where we did 5 games in 5 days in 4 cities. Name the cities in order.
Oh, my God. In which year?
2006 was our first big. We went off air, and we went straight to Gatwick Airport, and we almost missed our flight because the game went to extra innings, and we went straight to the airport and did 5 games in 5 days in 4 cities. That's the clue there. Okay. Our first big run.
I remember the last 2. Can I go backwards?
Yes.
Last 2 was the Cubs. The White Sox and the Cubs.
Correct.
And the Cubs, because I wasn't there. I had to go home.
No, you came to the Cubs, but you didn't go to the White Sox.
Yeah, I didn't come to the White Sox. I think we were also in San Francisco.
No, it was Kansas City and Cincinnati.
Jeez.
They all run together.
Hey, just caught up to your memories. We landed first in Atlanta.
Oh yes. That is embarrassing for you, Google.
Yes, Johnny.
Oh, my God. I forgot.
We landed in Atlanta.
Okay, yeah.
And you interviewed John Schmaltz afterwards. Then we took a flight the very next day and went to
another city.
and I ate pit beef.
Baltimore.
Then we went to Baltimore.
Yes.
We did Camden Yards, interviewed Boog Powell. We had Nick Markakis hit a home run, I remember. And then we took a flight to
Chicago.
Cincinnati.
Oh,
Cincinnati.
Yeah, we're already on. Oh, yeah, that's our third city.
You had 5 games in 5 days in 4 cities. To Cincinnati, we had to Coney.
Keep moving. Keep moving. We got 5 questions.
All right, there we go. So there you go. That's you did. Okay, nul point for both of you. Nul point. That was terrible. Okay, 2004 was the last year my beloved Expos were broadcast on Channel 5.
Yeah.
And they moved to Washington, and we broadcasted the Washington Nationals. Who was the manager in that overlap? Who was managing the Expos and then managing the Nats in 04-05?
Oh.
Hall of Famer.
Davey Johnson. No, it's Hall of Famer.
Wow. Okay. Remember.
Yeah.
Okay. His name's only Frank Robinson. That's all right.
Heard of him. I've definitely heard of him. He won the Triple Crown.
Right. 0 for 2,
His
boys.
his hitting career.
Moving on.
Hang on. I got 3/5 in the first one. You cannot give me O when
Yeah,
I
after naming 10 cities. Okay, so.
Excuse me. I said number 5.
Moving on. Okay, question number 3. Game 3 of the 2005 World Series between the Astros and the White Sox.
Yes.
Johnny, you were in the studio with David Langell. Josh,
Yes.
you were in Houston giving us reporting live from the field.
I broadcast with Simon Brotherton.
That's
I
right.
didn't even get to go to the loo. At least those guys had breaks.
Extra innings.
That game, we went. We came on air just after 12:30 a.m. Just after midnight. We went on air at 12:30 a.m. 14 innings later.
Yeah.
What time did we go off air?
7:30 a.m.
Correct.
Thank you. 1 point. JG. And I was hot-footing it to Bristol to do Brain Teaser, or Brain Dead, they used to call it.
That's right. That's
another
right.
Channel 5 game show. And I was due to arrive there at 7:30, and I hadn't even left the
Okay. Okay, now moving on. In the 12 seasons that we were on air on Channel 5 between 1997 and 2008, 8 different teams have won the World Series. Name them.
Repeat
Quick.
the question.
Huh?
Repeat the question.
12 seasons, 8 different teams have won
Marlins,
the World Series.
Yankees, Red Sox,
Cardinals. Boston, Red Sox.
White Sox.
White Sox?
Phillies.
2 more. Phillies, 2 more.
Astros.
No.
No.
Astros
What am I doing?
did,
That's more recently. Oh, this is just during the show.
Correct.
Yeah.
12 seasons, we were on air.
Okay. Padres?
No.
No.
No. We did the Yankees.
Did we do the
Padres
Marlins?
have never won the...
We did the Marlins, yes.
Giants.
Yes.
No.
Giants.
No.
Angels.
No.
Angels.
Rally Monkey.
Lost to the Giants.
D-backs.
Correct. There's your 8.
Yeah.
And finally,
all right,
Finally, in 2002, Josh joined our family on Channel 5, and he came to sit in the hot seat next to you, Johnny.
Yeah.
And then also, that was his first All-Star game in 2002. Who won the 2002 All-Star game?
It was
that
a
we broadcast
tie.
in?
It was a tie in Milwaukee.
Very well done. It was a trick question. It was actually the only time the All-Star game got tied. I will give the points to nobody, actually. That was a terrible job. And now it's time to reveal the trivia answers. See how I segue now from the All-Star game to our All-Star game trivia answer, where I asked you both, name the only 2 players to have played for 5 different teams at the All-Star game. Now, you've had time to cogitate. I know you've been busy and distracted with talking to me and each other, but can you name one or both of the players that have represented 5 different teams at the All-Star game?
Can I go first? Because I got no clue about the second one, but I think I know one of them.
One of them I said played for the Expos, and the other one actually played for your Braves at one point.
Yeah. Okay. So the one I'm going for, I think,
So there's one with the Braves?
Gary Sheffield.
Very well done. Yes. Very correct.
Yes. Okay.
That was really good.
Johnny, do you know the second?
No, I've absolutely no clue. I'm racking my brains. I've done nothing there. Nothing there.
So my clue helped. I shouldn't have given you a clue.
Yeah. No, your clue definitely helped, mate. Big time. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. I'll give a guess on the second one.
And did my clue help?
Yeah. I mean,
How many Expos make the All-Star game?
Yeah. A player who actually had success in a number of other teams, and we met him, but I could be wrong. Moises Alou.
Ooh. Good shout.
You're better at that kind of trivia than our own trivia at Channel 5, right? So, yes, very well done, gentlemen. A point each. I don't know how we score this in the end, but that is the correct answer.
That is proper trivia. Now, guys, we cannot end this podcast, and I know there's an awful lot.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, you're not done? Oh, sorry.
No, this is the point where I just quickly reference Erik Jensen's Baseball Book of the Week.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Hot off the presses. Local boy to these shores, to the Isle here in the UK. Ryan Ferguson, Conflict. He's a bit of a, he's been kind enough to send me this book. We're actually mentioned in the book, hence why I'm plugging it. So that's my Baseball Book of the Week, available, I guess, in some shops. Check it out online. But Conflict by Ryan Ferguson, the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the War for My Heart. The guy who's torn between being a Red Sox.
Is the rule that if someone mentions us in a book that you will mention it on the pod?
Or they send me a book. Hey, you never know. So there we go.
Looking for freebies. That's so Erik.
JC,
yeah.
it does.
I like ribs as well.
It does make me laugh. I tell you what makes me laugh here is the fact that we have you. How many books have you written? Is it 7? Yeah. 7 at the last count. You don't get the inaugural book mention on your very own show. He's gone with Ryan.
Jeez.
Now, quick reminder, Ryan Ferguson, who was one of the major emailers of the days of Channel 5, I'm sure Ryan used to refer to himself as, because he was only about 14, wasn't he, when he was first watching the show? And he used to tell us he'd watched it illegally. Mum and Dad didn't know. He was under the duvet. So we've destroyed his career, clearly, although at least he can write. But Ryan, didn't he say something along the lines that he was the future GM of the Boston Red Sox? Wasn't that what his sign-off used to be?
He traded himself to the Yankees.
And now he's traded to, what the hell's that all about? How do you go from Boston
to you read all about it. That's how you find out.
What a tiny link.
And then one other thing for my parting shots are that as a podcast, please email in. We're going to discuss baseball movies. Josh and I had many arguments about which is a better baseball movies. That's coming up in the next few shows, as well as baseball referenced in classic TV shows. That's going to be, we'll email in those things. We'll discuss it. Now it's over.
Are you going to tease Seinfeld?
Seinfeld's too easy.
Yeah,
but hey, but it's just spoiler alert. Jeez. That's it for me. Over to Johnny.
Thank you, Erik. Boys, before we just wrap this up, there is one thing I want to do. I came across a tweet from the Essex Arrows Baseball Club. JC, you've played there?
I have. I got to play there in an international against Sweden. It was a
nice
great field. Great field. The people who are all involved with the Essex Arrows team are top guys.
Well, I don't know if you're aware of this, but their field was vandalized just recently, and I saw the pictures online. Absolutely heartbreaking. Massive hole in the roof, ripped out seats. They've knocked a wall down. I mean, quite significant. Not just somebody put a bit of spray paint. I mean, proper antisocial behaviour. And when you consider how much effort goes in, volunteers at the Essex Arrows, it just broke my heart when I saw that. So they've started up a GoFund page, guys. Now, to date, their target is just 1,000. They're not being over ambitious. They've raised £535. I'm going to give one guy a mention. I noticed on the site, Sterling Little, he's funded them £100. Well done, Sterling. Sterling by name, Sterling by nature. Do you like that, boys? Do you like that there? Yeah, they've been playing there for over 35 years at Waltham Abbey. The Arrows play in the NBL, which of course is the National Baseball League, which is the top division in the UK. The Archers, I love that. That's the other name. The Archers, the Arrows and the Archers. You've got to love that. In Single A, and they've got a youth program affiliated to the BBF, the British Baseball Federation. They need our help, guys. So if you're out this weekend, one less round of drinks and stick a £5 their way. Let's raise the money to put that field back in the shape that it is. So sending all the love from the podcast to the Essex Arrows Baseball Club. So if you've got any needs out there in the UK baseball community, we do want to hear from you guys, not just specifically about the major leagues, about what you guys are getting up to. We want you to be as much a part of this show as everyone else. Massive thanks to everybody that's involved. A quick mention again, Instagram and Twitter at Jonny and Josh. That's the strapline. Facebook, search the Jonny and Josh Show. Do subscribe. Do sign up. Be a part of the family. Boys, I can see Erik is now chomping on the waffle. I knew it was only a matter of time before he got stuck in. It's the pilot. What's it felt? How's it felt? Back in the groove?
Love it, Goldie. It's always a pleasure with the two of you. Even when Erik is eating and it's an unsightly thing to behold. Great fun, guys. I hope we just keep this going.
It's as if we never left.
I didn't. I'm still at the ITN studio every Wednesday and Sunday.
Okay. Don't rub our noses in it. For those of you not aware, we've obviously pre-recorded this. JC's had to get up at 5:30 in the morning American time to do this, so he's looking a little blurry-eyed. So you'll be grateful that this is predominantly just an audio output. Guys, I want to thank you. It's great to have the family back. The boys of summer are back on the Jonny and Josh Show, and that bloke that used to be a producer. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being a part of it. We wish you a very good weekend. Enjoy yourselves, and we look forward to having your company next week.